This is Walter.
And this is
Blind Reality TV.
And we're back with a new video. This video is going to be a good one. It's about the history of the man himself, Louis Braille.
Louis Braille. I know a lot of people know what Braille is and a lot of people don't, so we are here to explain that.
So Braille is composed of dots. There are dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From left to right, right, bro? Left to right.
That's the thing. We when we write and read, when we write Braille, we write from right to left, and then we flip the page and we read from left to right.
Yep. And basically, for everybody who has read Braille or understood Braille, you might think or know who invented Braille, who created Braille, but his story and his journey of becoming the person that invented this language, because it's a language, is amazing. Yes. Louis Braille was born in Coubray, France.
He was born in 1809. It was a long time ago.
Yes, 1809. We're talking about a little bit before the French Revolution.
Yes.
In Coubray, France. And he was born completely normal. No sight, no visual problems or anything like that. But his dad was, he worked in the workshop. He worked making...
he was like a carpenter, making tables and different things, and he used to, work with sharp tools all the time.
And Louis Braille was fascinated with this, and when he was 3 years old, his dad was notified by Louis Braille's older sister that Napoleon basically... Did they say that Napoleon died or he passed away? How it was the thing?
I think they said he died.
I think they got him.
Yeah. And
he left his workshop, and Louis Braille was amazed by a tool.
And he was 3 years old when
3 years old, because he was always accompanying his father to work and see how he works. He was very fascinated by it. So he grabbed the tool and he was trying to put a leather strap through that tool. And out of nowhere, the tool broke and went through his left eye.
Yeah, went straight into his eye.
Even though they were changing the bandages, all that stuff, he got an infection. That infection went to the right eye, and he became
yeah. Even though they were trying to cure his accident, remember it was back in 1809, so they didn't have a lot of medication, or
it was approximately 1812.
Something like when he was 3, but still they didn't have a lot of resources.
No antibiotics, nothing to sedate. So it must have been painful. Literally your eye was out.
Yeah.
So basically, the parents tried to give him the best education they could. He was very smart, but he said, "Look, I know my math, I know my stuff, but I don't feel comfortable." One day when he was 15, one of the directors for the Royal, it was the Royal Institute?
Institute for the Blind, I think. Yeah. Or the French Institute.
The French Institute for I'm sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. The Royal is from Great Britain.
Came in there and they offered Louis Braille the opportunity to go to that school. And this was the French Institute for the Blind. It was supposedly the best school that one could have for visually impaired. And they told him, look, there's going to be books. There are going to be books that you could read. He was amazed. He was like, let's go. Let's do it, Dad. Let me in. When he got in, he figured out that only 3 books were available.
And it was in raised letters. It wasn't Braille. It was just raised letters where you could feel with your fingers.
The actual letters.
Yeah, actual letters, but it was just raised.
It wasn't Braille yet. And it was also created with this, basically, we call it a technology or a code?
We can call it like a code, like a Morse code. He based his Braille in Morse code because the French army was using something similar. They were using dots to send messages through among them.
Between the guards and the soldiers,
because it was dark, so they couldn't read. So they invented this code using dots.
So they came in and they said, look, we're going to show you this new technology we created for our soldiers. I think this is going to help the blind people. One of the supervisors of the school said, hey, why we don't put one of our smart students to try it? They put Louis Braille. Louis Braille said, I think this doesn't work. You're using a dozen dots. We should simplify it and put it at 6.
You cut it in half.
We cut it in half so it could be easier to read. The guard got, the army, basically the general got mad. He was like, you're offending my technology. We're sighted. You're blind. Yes. You cannot, aim that. We want to help you. We want to help you. We know what we're doing. We're sighted. You're not.
You are 15 years old and we are soldiers. We know what we're doing. How can you come here and tell me that it doesn't work or you can improve this?
So basically, Louis Braille came back to his family for break and started working on Braille. He started creating with his father's tools. He was, 20 already? By this point, 18, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. He started creating a system. And this system was comprised of 6 dots. And when you combine those dots, you create different letters. And he started doing it. When he came back and presented it to the whole director and also the army, because the army was a big part of this because the French army was a donor of the school. They provided money to fund the school. Yes. So they didn't want to accept it. The director said that he was crazy, that he didn't know what he was doing. And basically they created a challenge. And what was the challenge?
Well, I think the challenge was to take Louis Braille to do a test, and because they thought and they said he was cheating because he told them, with my code, with my system, I can read faster and easier, and they didn't believe that. So they basically put 2 students from Louis Braille. Louis Braille teach two students from the school, and then the general brought 2 students that knew the code. And they say, okay, we're gonna pick a page, I'm gonna write it, transcribe it, and whoever reads it first is the winner and is the one that wrote it. Yes. So first they proved that Braille was faster, and the general was skeptical. He was like, no, you're cheating, I want everybody to get out and this only 2 students are gonna stay. What happened the second time? The same thing happened. Braille was quicker to read, quicker to understand, quicker to process, and that's when they said, we approved the system. They didn't really have much to do because they knew that it was simpler to create books, to create materials for the blind during the late 1800s. So they decided, we're going to start instituting this new language. And that language was called Braille. In honor to
him. It was him. So, it's a very impressive story because he was 26, 27 when all this took place. He was improving it. He died very young.
He died, I think, at 33 years old. 43. Okay. Due
to the harsh weather, and also the conditions that that school wasn't the most hygienic school. It was the 1800s.
Yeah.
So he died because that, at least that's what his sister said. In 1952, the United Nations declared Louis Braille Day on his birthday. So every birthday they celebrate his day around the world, and he was originally buried in Paris. And then what happened?
His hometown said, he was born here, so at least we have to have a piece of his body, and they took his hands because his hands invented Braille, so his hands are buried in his hometown.
Correct. So it's an amazing story. It's a really story that shows that no matter what you are, no matter the time period you're in, the best thing you could do is fight for what you want. He believed, he had a vision. And he took a risk. It's all about taking a risk. It's all about being the person you want to be and trying to help others. And if you don't take those risks sometimes, you may regret it. And he did. He fought the generals, telling them that, I'm young, but I have a system that will simplify it and that will show truly the potential that we have with this code. He talked to the director, his parents believe in him, trying to give him the best education, and he made it happen.
And look now, Braille is used in all around the world. Every country has Braille in their school for the blinds. I can personally read Braille.
Yeah,
you
I
too,
can
right?
read and write Braille.
Yeah.
Of course.
We don't use it that much.
We don't use it that much, and
because of technology, but still, it's a really important thing.
It
to
is
know.
teach around the world in elementary and middle and in high schools. We have different similar codes to each type of Braille. Spanish is grade 1. Now they have the grade 2 Braille. In English that you use contractions. Of course, that's something after Louis Braille that was simplified and created. Now you have UEB.
Yes.
Nemeth
code.
Yeah, Nemeth code for math. Yes. So it's different type of Braille. Guys, don't give up. Follow your dreams. It's very important to always believe on what you do. Always try to be improving on yourself. It's critical and it's important not only for you but for your lifestyle. He had a vision. He believed. He pushed through it. And not only him, many blind people did it. Helen Keller was one of the first ones to graduate from college.
Yes.
Or the first one, right?
The first one.
And she was deaf.
Deaf and blind.
Deaf and blind.
There's no excuse for you to say no. It's too hard. There's always a solution to a problem. There's always a way to do things.
And now, real quick, before we leave, I just want to touch base and tell you guys this. For more ironic and more sad, you might feel sad that you may have eye problems, vision problems, or maybe you're low vision. Maybe you just became blind with 25, 30 years old.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. It might seem scary at first, but now is the best time.
Best time to go be blind.
To be blind because you have so much technology. Louis Braille didn't have Braille. If you think about it, Helen Keller was able to graduate because she had Louis Braille's technology, Braille. So guys, don't give up, guys and girls. Be successful. Fight for what you want and fight for your dreams.
Thank you for watching this video, and this was Blind Reality
TV. Like, subscribe, and follow for more.